What's up, guys? So it's good to see you again. Thank you for returning to the next video. Today we are going to work on both the JZX and the MR2. I'm staying consistent to working on the MR2. However, rain and weather and other factors come into play here, and it's like when I'm feeling productive, I'm going to be productive. So if there's rain out there, or it's really humid, or it's really hot, well, then I'm just going to find something to do where that's not the case. So in today's video, I'm going to be working on the MR2 and the JZX. I'll be painting the 4AGE, and I'll be working on the fender arches of the JZX. So let's get to it. Here I'm just sanding down the engine bay of the MR2 with 80 grit sandpaper. It's a pretty long process, so you get the idea of what I'm doing here. Here I'm grinding out the battery tray with a 180 grit flapper disc on the angle grinder. I'll be relocating the battery to the trunk, so this bracket is pretty much unnecessary and only gets in the way and makes it harder to sand. And then when the engine is in there, it makes it harder to service the transmission. So I'm just going to get rid of it and it'll be done. Here I'm just breaking down the front of the 4AGE, taking off the entire timing assembly so I can paint the front of the block. If you guys like the music I've been playing in my videos lately, make sure you go check out my buddy Kent's SoundCloud and Instagram. I have the links down below in the description of the video. Here I'm just working on the fender arch that I'm going to be putting on the driver's side of the JZX81. I'm welding up the cuts that I put in it that I'll be showing you here in a minute, and then grinding them down so the arch will sit flush in the doorway. Alright, so here you can see that I went ahead and I welded in all the splits that I folded down to create the arch for the doorway. Welded them all from the back side and then ground them all down so it should sit flush. So now when you put it on here, you go ahead and line it up with the mark. Be able to weld right along the door line and the fender line and get this all lined up. Sit in here nice, it'll be able to fill in pretty good. So I'm gonna clean off this area, I'm gonna tack it on. I'm gonna start getting an idea of how I'm gonna get this all put in here. So here I'm stripping down the paint and the weld, sealing up the quarter panel so I can create a flush surface to weld the new fender arch to. I want to give myself the best opportunity to fill as much of the area as I can with as little weld as possible. So as you guys saw, I started to weld up the fender arches on the JZX here, and I just got home from work and I did a little bit more welding and a little bit more grinding. I think things are really starting to take shape here. Let me show you guys real quick. It's crazy because it fits on there like it's like supposed to be there, which I think is pretty awesome. But I started welding it up here on the inside as well. I gotta finish up down here, and I have to come up here, clean out the primer, and then weld in there. But I mean, it's solid. It's a really nice conversion right here, and once the Bondo is in there, body filler, it'll look great. Pretty neat. I'm gonna keep messing with that. I honestly kind of want to finish welding it up so I can maybe put some body filler on there and start blocking it out. You know, I always talk about how much I dislike body work, but this is the stuff right here that's really fun, because it's, I don't know, there's something about it that's just like you're building, not from scratch, but essentially, you know what I mean? And the final product is, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's fun. Alright, well, I couldn't find any metal thin enough, so I went with the old stacking dimes method. Just went through on the body panel, stacked some dimes, and then went back through over those dimes and placed some more. Stuck the fender to the body. Now she's on there all good. Time to grind all that out. Probably go back, lay some more welds after I shave off a majority of them. Get this bottom part dialed in. Maybe lay some epoxy primer and some body filler. realized my GoPro wasn't recording, so enjoy a 9x16 clip of me doing the bodywork and filling in the arch. Alright, so now that I got the shape of the over fender on there and it's all started to get kind of blocked out a little bit, I'm going to take my guide coat here, spray it on there, block it out again, and get an idea of where the low spots are. So here I'm block sanding the body filler that I applied to match the quarter panel and then to form the shape of the swoop on the arch that I'm trying to achieve with the arch that I'm adding onto here. If you're looking to do some body work of your own and you're trying to find the right tools to accomplish the shaping and such that I'm achieving here with the products I'm using, make sure to check out DuraBlock's products. They actually sent me out 2 different boxes of their supplies, including some new products they were developing to go ahead and test out when I'm doing body work. So I'll throw a link down low to their website. Make sure you guys check them out, and if you need any blocking or shaping products, they're the people to go to.